Hey everybody, and welcome to the 5th episode of Coffee with Keira, the exciting podcast where I chat with different people about their careers to teach teens about potential jobs. I'm Keira, and joining me today in the coffee shop is Miss Devon. We'll be discussing her fun job as a photographer. See you inside!
Trying to run to keep up, I'm falling further and further each day. How can I sleep when I always feel miles and miles away?
Hey Devyn, and welcome to the coffee shop. How's your day been so far?
Good, how are you?
I've been doing well, just working on some school. What's in your cup this afternoon?
What?
What's in your cup this afternoon?
Oh, I'm drinking a latte.
I have sweet tea.
Oh, yum. Nice.
Never get sick of sweet tea.
No, I agree.
Where are you calling from this afternoon?
I am in San Diego, California.
Nice. I am just at my house. So what is your job and where do you work?
I am a photographer and I actually work for myself. I have a studio in my house, so I work from home.
Oh. What's your company or business called?
My company is called Devon Photography, and I specialize in, I was specializing in weddings, and then COVID hit, so I'm sure we'll get into that later. So now I'm doing more like newborns and babies and families and stuff like that. So.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for about 10 years.
Oh. What originally got you into it?
So I majored in advertising, and I always thought that I wanted to go into that side of everything. And growing up, I always had photos on my wall from ads, and I thought I just wanted to be the person that put the ads together. And then once I graduated from college, I actually realized that I liked being on the other side of it and doing the photography. So I was given a nice camera, and I just started taking pictures of friends, and then eventually started getting paid for it, and then it turned into a career.
Yeah, I've always been interested in like taking pictures and all the advertising and marketing stuff too. So
maybe photography is a good career for you.
Yeah. So it's very fun getting to talk to you now.
Awesome. I'm excited.
What does a typical work day look like for you?
So it varies every day. A lot of people think photography is just going out and taking pictures, and that's definitely obviously a huge part, but I spend a lot of time in front of a computer. I do a lot of editing, so I have a couple shoots per week, and then the rest of the time I'm on my computer. So I use a program called Adobe Lightroom and edit all my pictures. Sometimes I use Adobe Photoshop. I spend some time on social media. That's how I get a lot of clients now. So I make sure I have like posts every day and trying to just like keep up on that. And then, yes, mostly just computer work, trying to like send emails back to clients and deliver client galleries. Sometimes I have to order albums for weddings and stuff like that too.
Yeah. How long does like a typical album take to edit and do all of that?
Like a gallery that I send to a client?
Yeah.
So if it's just like an hour portrait session, I can usually edit it in around 2 to 3 hours. If it's a wedding, it takes me about I'm usually working on weddings for like about a week straight. So
yeah. There's a lot of pictures.
It's a ton, yeah. And then you just want to make sure every picture is perfect, and organizing the galleries and everything like that takes a while. So it's definitely a process.
How has COVID affected it?
Well, there's no more weddings.
Well, yeah.
So it's affected it greatly. So I have only had 2 weddings this year. Everyone else had their weddings canceled or rescheduled. So they've all gotten pushed to next year. So I have not had as much work as I usually do, which worked out great because I just had a baby. So I've gotten to spend some time at home with her. But it also had me kind of like pivot my business, which taught me a big lesson as well. Just like make sure you're always flexible in your business and stuff like that. So now I have a studio in my house. I do a lot of like families and babies and kids, and that's actually really fun and I love it. And so hopefully I can grow that side of it and do more of that.
Well, congrats on your baby.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll continue doing the baby pictures as well once everything's more or less back to normal?
Yes, I hope to. Yeah, I think so. Weddings are, I love them and I still want to do them, but they're a really long day. And a lot of like driving and traveling. And so it's nice to have shoots in my own home.
Yeah. Just being at a wedding is hard. Yeah. Taking all the pictures. So do you like appreciate not having like strict hours on doing it? Like, do you like the free flowing of taking that? And how does that affect your life a lot?
Yeah, I love it. So I don't do very well with an office, like 9 to 5 type schedule. I've had an office job for a while. And so just doing photography now and being able to go like where I just got back from the gym a little bit ago. Like it's just, well, outdoor gym, no indoor workouts yet here. But I love just being able to work when I need to work, and it's helped also with like having a family. I don't have to hire childcare. I can work.
Yeah.
I mean, I do still have someone come and help every once in a while so I can get a little more work done, but like I try to get everything that I can done in between her naps and stuff like that. So it's really nice to have that flexibility. Mm-hmm. And if I want to go on a vacation, I can. Yeah. I don't have to ask for time off. So
yeah, just the freedom. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we're homeschooled. It's just that we're more freedom.
Yeah, it's really nice.
How often do you travel for your job?
Last year I traveled like 3 or 4 times. This year, none.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go at the end of this year up to Solvang, which would have been really cool. The little, I think it's a Dutch town up by Santa Barbara. But they just switched that to a backyard wedding. And then I was supposed to be in Atlanta in June, and that got canceled also. So haven't been anywhere this year.
Yeah. Darn it, COVID.
I know.
What's the coolest place you've gone to travel for photography?
I haven't gone anywhere too exciting, like anywhere like tropical, like Hawaii. But last year I went to North Carolina a couple times, and then I was in Seattle for a wedding, which actually was really cool. I got to go up to the San Juan Islands and see like the orcas, and that was definitely one of my favorite trips of the year.
That sounds awesome. What are some of your other hobbies? And since you have like such a free-flowing schedule, do you have time for them?
Yeah, so I like to work out. I like to go. I mean, it's so different now with COVID. I like to go get like massages. Yeah. I like to go to the beach. I like to go hiking. Most of the stuff I do have time for now. Yeah, I like to meet up with friends and have dinners and stuff like that. So luckily with my schedule, it's pretty easy to find the time to do the things that I want to do.
That's good. With all the advancements in technology and like photography and drones and stuff, do you think this job will stay similar in the future for like if I was to go into this field of work, or do you think it will change a ton over the next couple of years?
That's a really good question. I actually don't know. I mean, the cameras on phones now are amazing, but I think there's still going to be the need for a professional photographer at events, because you can take a great picture, but there's so much like editing that goes into everything, and just really cool things you can do with an actual camera that the phones can't do also. So I think at least for the next little while, it will still be the same until there's like, who knows, like robots that can take pictures, but I'm sure that will happen at some point in the future.
I want to keep it as humans. It's so fun.
Yeah.
What is the best part of your job?
I get to meet all sorts of different people, and everyone I've worked with for the most part has been so cool. And I love like getting to see people. Like I have clients who I've shot their weddings, and then I shot their maternity, and then their babies, and then their families. So I get to see everyone's families grow, I also really love when I get to take a picture of somebody and maybe they're not super confident and then they see the picture and they were like, oh my gosh, you made me look so beautiful. And so that's really rewarding to get to make people feel good about themselves too. So I think those are my favorite parts.
So with this job, do you make a lot of long-lasting relationships with like the people you do photography for?
Yeah, some of them. I mean, social media definitely helps. I mean, a lot of the people we keep in contact that way. I do have a couple clients though that we've become really close friends, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's really good. What are some of the challenges of this job?
Some of the challenges, let's see, it's not constant work. You really have to work to like get clients. And so it's like, whereas a 9-to-5 job, you have a salary and you know you have guaranteed income. This is total opposite of that. And so the good thing about weddings is that you are usually booked out a year in advance. So you kind of know, you have an idea of what you're going to be doing for the next year. But yeah, it's kind of just like a month by month thing. Be like, oh, how much work am I going to have this month? So,
Well, okay.
yeah, luckily it's worked out pretty well. But yeah, the marketing part of it, that's definitely one of the hardest parts, I think.
Do you ever have like a team that you work with, or is it always just you taking the pictures?
For just like the hour-long portrait sessions, it's just me. Weddings, I always have a second photographer with me to capture other angles, just be there as backup, make sure like someone's with the guys, someone's with the girls. So I have like a handful of people that I like to work with. Every once in a while, I'll have an associate go to a shoot for me if like they want a certain date and I'm not free, and then they'll take the pictures and then I'll be the one to edit them.
Just a little help whenever you're busy.
Yeah.
What's your best memory from work?
Ooh. There's so many. I think just like seeing people really happy at their weddings is really cool. Also, this isn't like really a memory from work, but like I guess it's also like kind of the last question combined, like one of my favorite things. Like I've made a lot of good friends that are photographers too in the area. And so we have a really solid group of photographer girlfriends that are there to support each other. So we do a lot of fun things together. But I guess also one of my favorite memories from work is there was a wedding in Seattle that I went to that I was telling you about earlier. I brought along one of those good friends as my second shooter. And so we got to go around town and just do all sorts of things when we weren't shooting. And that was really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. What's your favorite scenery to shoot in?
I really like the beach. And
Yep.
so the beach is tough because it's beautiful, but there's only like a very short window that you can actually get good pictures at the beach. So a lot of people, they're like, oh, we want full sun, like it's so pretty out, and you actually don't want to shoot in those conditions because there's shadows on the faces and all of that, and they don't turn out as pretty. So it's like that golden hour right before sunset, and then sunrise is also very pretty, but no one wants to get up that early, so I don't usually do that.
Yep.
And then I also love shooting at just like open fields.
Yeah.
Those always look really pretty in photographs too.
I've seen some of your pictures and they're really pretty.
Thank you.
Can you describe the path how you wound up choosing this career?
Yeah, kind of just like I was telling you earlier, I got the camera and just started taking pictures of my friends, and then just had a lot of fun with it and kind of learned as I went. And then eventually those like friends started asking me to take pictures for them and started giving me like small amounts of money, and then it just kind of went up from there.
If you hadn't chosen this career, what would have been your next choice?
That is a really hard question. I mean, in college, I thought that I was going to be in advertising, but looking back, like if I had to pick now, I think maybe a veterinarian or a dentist would be cool. It's totally opposite of what I do now, but I think it would be really neat.
Yeah, a little different than a photographer.
Yeah.
Well, dentists and veterinarians are very helpful.
Yeah, but I think I'm a little late to the game. I don't think I really have I don't want to go back to school for that long. So photography it is.
Yeah. Photography is great too. For anyone who is interested in pursuing the same or similar field of work as you, do you have any words of advice for them?
Absolutely. Something that helped me a ton, I actually invested in a mentor, just another local photographer who was successful, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but then I went and met up with her and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And that just completely turned my business around. And she's one of my best friends now, which is really cool. So definitely find someone that's better than you and learn from them. And even if it means paying them, it's so worth it. If you want to invest in your business like that, it's like one of the best things you can do. Just keep at it. It's like there's a lot of photographers, so it is, some areas are a little oversaturated, but there's enough business for everybody, I've seen. So just stay persistent and then never stop learning. Like always watch YouTube videos or do some sort of training. Just keep practicing.
Well, thank you very much for joining me today. Really
You're
enjoyed
welcome.
talking with you.
Thanks
Cheers.
for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
Cheers.
My cup disappeared.
So did mine. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. See you next time on Coffee with Keira.